Her name is Taylor Lorenz, also known as Tay Tay.
I cover YouTubers for a living.
That is Taylor Lorenz at one of my relatives' homes.
Why would she be at a relative's home?
She decided that she was going to dox me.
I've had to remove every single social tie.
My bar is extremely high for this stuff.
She was harassing me. She was calling me on my phone for 2 days endlessly.
Completely overwhelming and terrifying.
Reaching out to relatives too, whoever's number and email she can get her hands on.
They immediately dox you and go after your family members. They try and look up everyone who's ever, been associated with you.
That's literally exactly what she did to me.
And it's so isolating and terrifying. It's horrifying.
What's she like? What do you think drives her?
I think that she's extremely toxic.
I'm so sorry. It's overwhelming. It's really hard.
And the Oscar goes to...
You really feel, I know this is not true because I'm a believer in God, but you really feel watching like no one in that clip has a soul. Everything is so fake, it's like hard to believe.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and it's a day that ends in Y, which means uber rich, super privileged journalist Taylor Lorenz is having an absolute meltdown after the creator or the mind behind Libs of TikTok went on to Tucker Carlson last night and apparently mentioned her name. I don't know, but she's been having an absolute meltdown, and it's great. Now, if you're not aware of who Taylor Lorenz is, she is a extremely privileged, super rich, silver spoon child that went to private high schools in Switzerland and private, paid for, family super rich. And what has she done with that privilege in life? Well, she is now the internet's most hated hall monitor, generally focusing on more successful women than her and doxing them like she did with Libs of TikTok, or tearing them down in hit pieces like she's done with other successful women. This is the culmination of all this head start that she's had in life. She's not well liked. And usually people really like grandmothers, but for whatever reason, this particular woman seems to be extremely disliked. And it's really because of her actions. It's not even necessarily like a personality thing. I mean, it's like a legitimate reason to dislike somebody. It's not because she's a woman. It's not because of her race or religion. It's just because she is an elitist, super rich tattletale who continues to get jobs, currently works at Jeff Bezos's Washington Post. And you can see this article comes out. The woman behind Libs of TikTok revealed her face on Fox News, leading to a video seemingly showing her at the Capitol on the worst day in American history. That does not look like her, to be honest with you. But, again, looks to be outside. There's nothing wrong with being there, even if that was her. But the meltdown is what we're really here to see. So Tucker Carlson tweeted this out yesterday, the 6-minute interview. And, you should watch it on Tucker's website, of course. But the reaction has been hilarious. First, Tay Tay and Libs of TikTok were both trending. Now, Tay Tay is a nickname for Taylor Lorenz. She's obviously too old for this nickname, but it's one that seemingly stuck. It's probably a way to stay hip, cool, Noah's Arcade with all the kids. Libs of TikTok post breaking: Taylor Lorenz, aka Tay Tay, comes out as phobic and describes her account as a hate account while complimenting me on journalism. What? So she replies and says, haha, 2 white women with brown hair, lol, one runs a hate account. She must be talking about hers. And says, gay people shouldn't exist. I don't think Libs of TikTok's ever said that, and maybe Taylor Lorenz has. And the other is a journalist who's done extensive investigative reporting. Like what? Worrying about who runs a Twitter account you don't like? Whose life was changed for that? In fact, really, I suppose you put over Chaya, the creator of the account, but who needed that reporting? Who needs to know what some random TikToker ate for breakfast? Nobody. Her reporting has not changed a single thing. And then the meltdown. This is actually sad. Like, I know we have a bit of fun at Taylor Lorenz's expense, but I think that's fair. That's speaking truth to power. She is the one in power. If she wanted, she could get just about anyone banned. She very, very, very deeply wants Libs TikTok banned. But now that Elon Musk owns Twitter, it becomes more and more difficult. She tweeted out today, spending Christmas alone before getting hit with a tidal wave of threats, hate mail, and stalkers has been a great way to start off my week. 10 out of 10. Now, this is an account with hundreds of thousands of followers, barely getting 1,000 likes. But what's interesting to me is, again, let me also be clear. I don't condone any of that behavior. I also don't believe any of that behavior is happening, because as a journalist, why wouldn't you just post it? If somebody sent something terrible to me, I would post it publicly and I would shame them for it. And I might call the authorities. I have done that in the past. So why wouldn't a journalist do that? Oh, it's probably, I mean, maybe she's making it up. A lot of the replies say, if Ian Miles Chong is tweeting about you, you're probably doing something right. And that probably means whatever is popular at that day, because he's a fraud and a grifter. But yeah, that's, I hate this for you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Interesting. Spending Christmas alone, I don't really wish that on anybody. But sometimes when, say, maybe sometimes it's a travel thing, right? Maybe that's it. But in this particular case, maybe it's a time for self-reflection. Maybe there's a reason nobody wants to be around you for Christmas. I don't know. I can't know that for sure, but certainly as somebody who burns more bridges than anyone I can possibly imagine, that might be a reason why. She tweets, I have been forced to spend all day dealing with ongoing misogynistic hate campaign on Tucker and Libs of TikTok fan attacks. You don't have to deal with tweets. You can actually just put your phone down. Like, you don't have to actually do anything. Like, I mean, you don't have to react. You could just move on with it. I get all sorts of, ever since Elon Musk started liking tweets, I'm getting like wildly unhinged comments. I just block them and move on with my day. Or mute them. She goes on with the, haha, two white women with brown hair, they look the same. I mean, they do look very similar. Then she goes, liberal men, conservative men, the one uniting factor is you hate them both? Yeah, we know. Is they all have online is endlessly dissecting my appearance for retweets and likes. No, I don't think that critiquing someone's appearance is particularly valid in most cases. I'm not sure that she talks about other people's appearances. Now, if you talk about other people's appearances, I think that opens it up to fair game. But in this particular case, I think she looks great for her age. I think most people, maybe it's keeping her apartment at 90 degrees and having infrared lights over her bed when she sleeps at night. Maybe it's eating the bugs. I don't know. I'm too young. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. People are... Let me start over. Liberal men, conservative men, the one uniting factor they all have online is endlessly dissecting my appearance for retweets and likes. I'm too young, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I look sickly thin. I look Jewish, I don't look Jewish. It's misogyny through and through. Nah. I mean, first of all, this person, Justin Roberts, just said they look the same. he wasn't actually making any, wasn't actually making any quotes or comments about her particular appearance. Like I said, I think Taylor Lorenz looks great for her age. I mean, most women, I mean, you're in your 90s. You're doing all right. The meltdown's been going on all day, of course, because now one of the big things that we know about Taylor Lorenz is that if there's one thing she hates, it's men. But if there's one thing she really hates, it's successful women. Chaya Rychik told Tucker Carlson that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis offered his official mansion as a place to hide out after her identity was revealed in April. She appeared on Tucker Carlson Today on December 27th, a show Fox News streaming service Fox Nation, and showed her face for the first time. Before April, Rychik had been totally anonymous until her identity and job as a real estate agent were reported on by Taylor Lorenz. Lorenz noted that Rychik went by her screen name, Lives of TikTok, was growing popularity in the right-wing circles for reposting clips from others, predominantly LGBTQ ones, and mocking them in the captions, called fair use. I think it's cool that DeSantis stuck up for her. I know that his what's her name? Press secretary or his communications director, can't think of her name. She follows me too. So she's pretty plugged in to the social zeitgeist. Her appearance also has made her vulnerable, though, as just a few hours she appeared to have been spotted in videos from the U.S. Capitol. From disinformation and banned from Twitter, Chad Loader documented videos and images in their newsletter, and it persuaded them that she was there. However, Loader also noted that nobody has been arrested simply for attending. There's nothing wrong with attending. Did she enter the Capitol? Doesn't seem like it. That's crazy how fast people can find. I mean, how many hours of footage did they scrub through to find this one screenshot? And then I can't even say for sure that maybe. I guess they do kind of look alike. I don't know. But again, clearly outside, so who cares? Is it against the law to like Trump? Some leftists think so. What an amazing day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please do subscribe, and we'll talk to you again real soon.